picture of me, cause no, cause bro, can you do me a favor? Don't try to ask me good questions, not don't bad ones. Okay? Like a bad question would be like, is God all powerful? That would be a bad question, but a good question would be like, do you care about God, Kyle? Like, you know what I mean? Something like that. You know what I mean? Yes. So don't. Do I care about space? Well, that's not mine to care about. I do you care about alternate real? Do you care about alternate universes? Like, you know? Do you believe you're alone? No, not at all. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, here I got a question for you, bro. Do you believe in God and space? What the fuck, man? That's God's space, not us. Only thing we own is Earth. Recognize. It ain't shit, man. It's just the way you look at it. You can no look. You can. I'm not talking shit. You. There's just no, no. It's all like people told me this. Listen, people told me this from a child that everything has to do with your like attitude. Yeah, your attitude that defines everything, man. Like if you're fucking sitting there being all sad and shit, you're gonna be sad. Like it's like it really works. Like your attitude matters, you know. But anyways, I don't know, man. Just never lose. It has nothing to do with that shit. It has nothing to do with science. It has no proof. There's no proof of it working and stuff. Like I think attitude really defines that you can either have a responsibility or you're working toward responsibility. And responsibility, like when you think responsibility, like you get a gift from God, that's your responsibility now. You know what I mean? You passed your test, you're responsible now. You're a responsible parent and shit. That to get that has to do with your attitude. Yeah, what'd you say? It says you defines your latitude? No. Like attitude doesn't no, it doesn't define how high you get at all. There's no you could have the best attitude in the world and you could go nowhere, but you can still earn responsibility, you know what I mean? So, no, it doesn't define how high you go at all. That's nothing that how high you go depends on other people. Like you could go as high as you want. You can do anything you want until someone stops you. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta understand. So you can go as high as you want, but to get responsibility, you need to have an attitude that's like pleasant to get that responsibility type thing, and it has to do with God too. So it has to do with God for sure. Yeah, like your responsibility, man. Like, well, I don't know. It depends on your perspective, I guess. Like, yeah, of course God wins, but who's to say we're the ones that are losing? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I mean, right? So, yeah, you can't just sit there and say, "Oh, well, God's gonna win." That's another thing you don't understand because you have responsibility. You can't just be like, "Oh, well, God's gonna save me," this and that. That never works. That's what I did my whole life, and I still do it to this day. But I can preach that you have responsibilities as a human being put here by God, and yeah, so being put here by God, and you have responsibilities, of course, but your attitude defines how far you get with your responsibility. You either die now, die a year from now, has to do with your attitude, how you deal with stress, how you deal with anger, how you deal with problems, how you deal with other people. That has nothing to do about going to heaven. That has nothing to do with angels and demons and shit. That has to do with all of it together. Your attitude, yeah, doesn't define how high you get. It's just if you have a good attitude, you're gonna get more in life for sure. You're gonna make more of an impact as well. Yeah. because I can be going from like super angry to like very pleasant within a few seconds. So like, no, it's not bipolar. It's only realizing and appreciating what you got.